Hi, welcome back again. I'm Farmer Samson Oboli. So we've looked at different canvases. Again, like I said, not every canvas would we do not everybody would need every kind of canvas. What I'm just trying to do is touch as many types of canvases as possible because I do not know what our plans are for 2022, but my hope is that everybody gets something that they can use. So everybody has something that they can latch onto and say, okay, this works for me, let me use this, let me try this out. So this next one we're looking at is called requirement discovery canvas. Requirement discovery canvas. Now these are for people who are looking into building a software as a solution in 2022. So it's possible that you've looked at the Greek environment and you have seen a gap that you feel a software can come into play. So you want to develop a software. Let's take for example, you want to develop a software for, I know the most common software, people that do software for selling produce. Okay, probably let's use that simple one. A software that tells people where to get things at the beginning or at whenever they need to buy something and all of that. Now, the software development canvas, that's requirement discovery canvas, is divided into three sections. So there is the part that is the business of the software development. There is the part that is the need. What are the things that the software must be able to do? So there is the business aspect that helps the software to be developed. There is the need aspect of knowing what the system should be able to do or the software, and there is the solution, because at the end of the day the customer does not interact with this part. It's very important. So this first session, probably I should put a marker to go through. This first session and this second session, the customer does not interact with them. The customer only interacts with this aspect. However, the aspect that the customer interacts with is of no, what's the word now, cannot exist if these other two do not exist. So we start from the session A of the canvas, which is the business aspect. Now, in this aspect, the first thing is who owns the products. It is very important that this is defined at the beginning. Who owns the products? Who owns the product? So that you do not have a product that is developed without an owner. Now, the owner of the product is, number one, the key decision maker. Number two, maybe the financier of the whole process, and most importantly, is responsible for conflict resolutions. Because when you are going to work, especially if you are not the person that is the expert developing the app yourself, then you must have somebody that sits at the pole of, I make the final decision, I solve issues, I am the one that you come to when there is a dilemma or where there are opposing views. Number two in the whole business is, who is the subject expert? That's why I said earlier, the owner may not be an expert in this thing. So who is the expert when it comes to this thing we are trying to develop? Who is the expert in it? Who is somebody that is proficient? Who is somebody that is an authority in this development? Who is the guy really responsible for writing the codes? We need to know. So if there are three of them, you write them out. So Mr. A, okay, let's say Mr. A is the product owner. So Mr. B, C, and D are the subject experts. Now we know. So this is an expert in maybe code writing, I don't know, API writing, and maybe MLAI configuration. So we know who the experts are. Next is, who are other stakeholders that need to work on this app? So other stakeholders could be an accountant, maybe there is a logistics person, maybe there is somebody responsible for managing the space where they are working, maybe there is somebody in electrical that ensures there is light, that ensures there is fuel in case there is no light. So who are the other stakeholders? You need to know. Next is we need to define their activities. What do they do? So what is everybody in this list? So this is D, E, F, G, H. So from A to letter H, what do they do? What is their responsibility? Number one. Number two, because we are in the business segment, what is their capability? What are they capable of doing? So what you do and what you are capable of doing may not always be the same. So what are their capabilities? So what do they do? What is their business activity? What role are you playing? We want to know what are your capabilities, so that we are sure that your capabilities aligns with what we are telling you to do. So what is the role of A, B, C, D? Because when you are having multiple experts, you agree with me that it is possible that one expert starts overstepping their bounds into another expert's terrain. So what are the rules of engagement on this aspect? We need to know. What are your strengths? We need to know. What are your weaknesses? Let us know. What opportunities do you all present? What threats do you all present? That's your basic SWOT analysis. We do all of that under these activities. What are the strengths of all these our experts? What are their weaknesses? Is it that, okay, maybe amongst all of them, one of the guy writing the code is super hot-tempered. So it means we need to have a structure in place to ensure that his temperament does not affect his work, or does not affect the team, does not affect the work mode. I hope that makes sense. So what are their capabilities? What are the opportunities that each of these people can also bring on board beyond the work we are telling them to do? We need to know. Now, when you have been able to align this out, next is the need. Now, you will notice that in all of this discussion, we did not even talk about the software yet. So what are the strategic needs that this software is meant to meet? How is this software going to act as a tool? Does it need to collect data? Does it need to be able, what are the things that I need these things to do? Now, once I am able to figure out what I need this thing to do, that would then guide what information am I looking for? What info do I need to bring in? What are the things I need to bring on board? Do I need to know where the farmers are, where the produce will come from? Do I need to be able to have the farmers report what they have per time? Do they need to be able to snap only in real time, such that it ensures that they cannot upload fake pictures, so that whomever is coming on board knows that yes, this product is here, because the app ensures that you cannot upload picture, you can only snap in real time? Or am I saying, oh, for the consumer to be sure that this information is real, for them to snap, they must put their wristwatch, it must capture a time that is the same time with the time on the app, that it shows that this is real, and it must record at least 5 seconds or 10 seconds or 30 seconds, so that it's not a caricature or somebody that is trying to do hula baloo? Or is it an app that when it is working at the end, by the time you record for 5 minutes, it says show a face, then go back and finish what you are doing, and it must be a face that is the same with the face that was used to register at the beginning of when the app was registered? How do you collect your information? How do you collate your information? Then the rules, what are the constraints? What are the limitations of this app that we want to build? Or what are the rules of engagement, so that whomever is using it does not abuse it? We need to know. Now, when you are done with all of these would answer this part of it, which is the solution. What are the features of the app at the end of the day? What are the capabilities we have built into this app? What is this app able to do? Is it just voice recognition, picture recognition, able to snap picture, able to capture data, able to show size, able to pick up deficiencies or pest issues? what are the things that this app is able to do? Or is it just a sales app? Or is it a sales app that also validates? Or is it a sales app that also that goes the extra mile of telling you this is the grade of the product that was snapped? Maybe it is grade A, grade B, grade C, D, E, or F. Then once you've understood this, what is the vision for the app? So it's not just enough to say I'm developing an app. What is the vision of the app? As the app in itself, what is the vision you have for it? Is it that every market woman should own it, or everybody that is an aggregator should be able to own the app? What is the vision for the app? Next, what kind of interface do you want the app to have? Is it something that only super educated people can use it, or something that even if I'm not an Android phone user, I can use it? What is the interface of the app? You need to know what are the interface, or what's the interface of the app. What kind of APIs, what kind of coding and all of that to make it easy for people to use. And finally, what are the solution components? Is it easy for me to get to? What are the solution components of this app? So if in 2022 your vision or your work is around developing an app, use this requirement discovery canvas to look at what you are trying to develop, so that at the end of the day you have an app that is actually user friendly and meeting an actual need. I hope this makes sense. Thank you for listening.